Hello, everybody, again, and welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. I am your host, Mike, and in the background with me is your favorite stock ninja.
Kage, how's it going?
Good, not bad. I've got a good show planned for you today. I've got a damn good show planned for you today, and so does Kage. We got some stocks to talk about, but first, we want to get to the squall. Kage, are you tired of the alphabet media news with the weather reports naming storms?
I wish they could get it right sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And that they have all the time. They name these storms. Can't we just call it a severe storm? Every single time, it's just a standard snowstorm or whatever, even a severe storm. Why do we have to have a name? I get it that we have to have a name for a hurricane, but why a winter storm? Why do they have to call it the Pole Express storm? Why do they got to call it the Jack Frost? What?
The cold front.
Yeah, the cold front. Now we got the squall. I mean, what's next week? And they always come in and they're not even good storms. And when they don't predict anything, then you get disasters. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but yeah. Anyways, going back to the stocks there, we have a decent one we're going to talk about. Now, these are top trending stocks on Yahoo and as well as on the net. Do not buy these if you are a rookie and you don't know what you're doing. Paper trade before you do any of these, but these are some of the not to say that not to buy it at all. It's just when they're trending, you want to be iffy about where your buy point is and things like that. So talk to an advanced trader. Going into the first stock we have, Kage, it's PYR. PYR. Last tick was $3.56. You could see the chart right now on the old screen. Looks like the beginning of January, it followed a trend as others had, and then you had your dip, and then June, it popped off a little bit. The chart is a little unhealthy now, but that's not saying there can't be a rebound there. We're going to go into news why it's trending higher now. There could be some DoD news just because a little bit affiliated with that. They engage in the design and development, manufacture, and commercialization of plasma processes. It owns patents of waste treatment systems technology. It operates through the following geographical segments: Canada, the United States, Europe, Asia, and Mexico. The company was founded in Montreal, Canada. So there you have it, Kage. Going on to the website, looks pretty decent there. Does not look like a cheap seats website. What do you got on your end as far as on StockTwits? Because that's where the real traders are at. What are they saying so far? The comments you have.
I'm seeing mostly bulls, mostly positive feedback for this stock.
Okay.
Like, for example, let me pull up one. Sunny Trade says bullish. PYR is adopted by multiple multi-billion-dollar industry leaders in 3 massive markets. PYR is actually a big deal. Longing regardless of price action tomorrow.
Yeah, and we're going to go into the news of, after we jump on the website, read a little bit, give you a little feedback of what they do. We're going to go on to the alphabet news and kind of see why we're popping and things like that. And some people say, well, why do you guys go through the comments? The comments don't affect anything. They could affect a lot of stuff. Really good comments, if there's a bunch of trolls on there and they're trying to pump up the gem, if they pump in a bunch of hot comments and you get a newbie in there, they could get taken. So that's why we're here to give all the feedback of what all the traders are saying, because that's really important. And you can contribute to the show as well by sharing your comments as far as what you think about stocks before somebody goes in and makes that decision and diving in too. So that's where you come in, is that you can provide your expertise and you can join the Facebook group that we have. The Facebook group is a group where it gives everybody the inside info that they see or tips and news to help you get more knowledge about the company you're investing in. So this includes everybody for the real takes, because we don't have all the real answers. We're a community of every retail trader out there. So if there's something popping out there that we see or anything on the radar, we're going to try to make it available to you. So going on to the website, it looks like they're providing innovative plasma torches, plasma waste process, high temperature meteorological processes, and engineering services to the global marketplace. Their operations are ISO certified, having an ISO certified since 1997, Kage. So they've been around for a while. They're not new to the game there. Pyrogenesis is a publicly traded Canadian company listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange. They've have certificates and awards: 50 Venture 2018, 2014 Ventures 50 company. They've got several an aerospace award. They also have a plug here. What is plasma? Plasma consists of mixture of ionized species, electrons, and neutral particles. The sun is made up of plasma, which the surface temperature reaches 5,500 degrees Celsius in nature, and they can observe plasma in lightning strikes and in the northern lights. So the aurora northern lights there. Of man-made plasma can include light produced by neon tubes, as well as plasma cutting systems used to slice through metal. The thermal plasmas used in pyrogenesis can easily reach the temperatures in excess of 5,500 degrees Celsius compared to those that are observed on the surface of the sun. So there you go. You learned something from Stock Talk today. If you didn't, then you were already smart than us. You don't need anything. What else you got from the stock twits? Because that's where the real traders. I'm going to throw some.
There was one bear that I saw, and he said there was maybe one or two bears that I saw for this stock, but one of them says PYR. Need morning dip so I can take profits on puts, then ride the next wave up, or ride the puts down. Either way, win-win. Interesting.
Kage, I did see that on Yahoo here, they announced that they had the new ZCE hydrogen production process following the filing of the international patent applications. It basically went into here. It says, the hydrogen technology company is expected to complete conventional technologies to produce environmentally friendly hydrogen. So that's huge right there. Pyrogenesis' new hydrogen production technology is now entering a testing phase as expected to convert methane for high global warming potential to hydrogen, thereby creating ZCE hydrogen. The conventional ZCE process, water electrolysis, is extremely expensive and requires a lot of energy uses for rare earth materials. I wonder where they're going to get those rare earth materials there, Kage, from. Don't they have some partners maybe in the CCP mining some stuff in Afghanistan, possibly? I'm just throwing that out there.
No, hydrogen is very abundant in the world.
They use rare earth materials. What a great place to get it from. From their CCP buddies, because they are buddies with the CCP, just to let you guys know. If you guys don't think that's conspiracy or something, you better go pick up some other deals besides what's on the Google Media universe to see what else you got there. There is life outside the alphabets, I promise you. The conventional method to produce hydrogen is called steam methane, reforming which produces GHGs as a result. CEO and chair of Pyrogenesis, another technology used to produce hydrogen, is called water electrolysis. It's all around for many years and considered to be ZCE technology. The hydrogen generated from the process is generally referred to as green hydrogen, however, is recognized to be relatively expensive, required a lot of energy, and use rare earth materials like we're talking about. So with them being a global player and with them doing this, I would say that you're going to see some government dollaruskis flowing both ways from all around the world to this company, just because of their breakthrough. And that's not a hot take to get you guys all excited or anything or whatever like that. That's just me saying, with the tea leaves of how the direction of these regimes are going currently, I would say this one you haven't seen the last of this company at all. That's all I'm going to say. What do you got on that take?
I think some of these traders have the right idea. Sometimes the best stocks are the ones that don't have news or whatever. That way, if they believe that it'll be stable.
Yeah, I mean, because you're getting in on it. When these are not talked about, there's not a ton of news. Because when the news pops, that's when some of your average Joes get out there that are not sure kind of what's going on. They're still getting new to the game, and then they get in and they get taken. But with this, these ones could be a little sneaky. Now, you are seeing it trending, so it's going to pop, meaning that I'm pretty sure you're going to see these all over the your email lists and things like that, your pumper lists and all that. People say, well, how do you know that? Because I have all the lists for the emails, okay? They come to my email box, okay? They all fly through there. I look at them all the time. They're the pump and dump list. We like to do that because we like to expose the pump and dump list so we help people out so they don't get taken. That's why how we know they're on the pump and dump list, you know? How do you not know if you get your newspaper? Well, if you don't check it, but we check it all the time. So, also you have the company does not expect this new process would complete iron or pelletization, offering the fossil fuel burners are replaced with plasma torches, but in fact complement these plasma torch offerings to provide hydrogen alternative elsewhere in the manufacturing process. So you have that aspect too. So with this, I would say with this one, I don't think you've heard the last of it, and I'm sure it's going to come back when we get more news. So it's kind of flying under the radar, but people are starting to notice now. What else do you got from stock twits to real traders?
Pyrogenesis is a fast growth stock with green ESG product solutions. Plus, PYR has multiple business lines diversions all being executed upon torches for iron ore pelletization, steel, cement, strite, 3D printing, additive manufacturing, waste destruction, additive manufacturing, plus all the work and royalties / ownership options with HPQ Silicon. Like Peter says, we are building a dynasty. There is so much going on with pyrogenesis. Plus, PYR recently joined 2 new indexes. So that sounds really, really good for that stock.
Yeah, interesting enough too. You have J.M. Todd, 1976. He has an interesting take because that's, I say, we go on here because you have real traders that are buying it. You're not hearing it from your Kramer or any of your guys. You're hearing it from real traders, from stock twits. And some people say, well, why do you trust those guys on there? Just because they're on there doesn't mean they're giving misinformation. They're trying to get all the information out to share. There's some people that actually like the stocks that they buy and they like to share information, and it's good for new people to see if they want. That's the purpose of the show. So with this, J.M. Todd has a good take here. He says it's obvious today that was orchestrated or is not. If a party or group of parties had decided the time to roast some shorts or simply manipulate backup has been manipulated and organized of timing. Do we really think that this would have had something? They would have had something up their sleeve for tomorrow? If they were smart and they didn't have a 2-day plan, they would have pulled this stunt tomorrow instead of today. I think whoever orchestrated today might be in plan to force today's shorts or could consider the news to drop on Wednesday as this opens. So there you have it on that. That's the reason why I read that one, is because you have to have all the takes of what everybody is saying so you can kind of get a feel for what other traders are thinking about that, because everybody's take's important. A bull's take's important and a bear's take's important. Wouldn't you say there, Kage?
Yeah, you have to take everything in equal measure and see
That's what we say.
What other people are saying. And take what they're saying as is. But some you might want to take a grain of salt with, and it's up to you to decide who you want to listen to and who you want to ignore.
Yeah,
that's basically what it boils down to, I guess.
Did you cover Bison Ventures about the Pyrogenics fantastic growth?
I think I.
Yeah, you did cover that. I do remember that. Sorry, you did have a bear. He was just saying stock profit was just saying that looks like another drop in pre-market. So that was his take.
I also saw one bear that had like a clip of a F-18 that was going down, and the pilot pushed the eject button at the last minute before his plane crashed.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, you have Sunny Trade says PYR has adopted multiple multi-billion-dollar industry leaders in 3 massive markets. PYR is actually on the verge of a big deal, longing regardless of price action tomorrow. So he's saying they're on the verge of a deal. Looks like he did post an article up there, Kage, as far as... So we just have to see how this news plays out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just have to play it out. We don't have too much on the alphabets. I mean, I could scan past here. Some of it's, why did this happen, things like that, but it's just analysis. But you don't have any new... The latest news I had was from 3 weeks ago, December 8th. So we're just going to have to see how this plays out. You have... take a look at it, do some investigations, because the news could pop on this when the next deal happens, things like that, and then you'll see. I don't think we've seen the last of this stock. We'll just put it that way. But it's just there's your takes on why this moved. So, anything else?
No, I don't really have anything else for this one.
Okay, we're out. We're going to the next. Okay, guys, so the next stock we have is AVCT. AVCT, last tick was $2.47. Looking at the chart, we're seeing an uptick, except we're not, the only problem is, Kage, is we don't have any fresh news unless we could find some from StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at. Going into what would you say they do? We covered this one a little bit, tapped out, and now it seems to be rebounding again. And I'm sure going down with what they have with their, I believe this was, they have several different deals that they do, but there was a steady stream of revenue. And when you get to $2 and change, you don't get there by accident when you hit that range. So it's a little bit less risky than, say, with some of the subs out there, which the next stock we're going to cover, Healthier Choices, will be there because it's trending on Google. And so we're trying to figure out why. There is a shareholder letter that went out, and we'll go over that in a second there when we get to that one. But with America Virtual Cloud Technologies, it's an IT solutions provider that delivers actionable outcomes for organizations by IT and technological solutions to drive business outcomes and innovation. Its products include network communications, data storage, desktops, and servers. So, Kage, my first point here on this is that this would be one of the safer plays because it's almost economic proof unless they clean the clock on the finances. So with all the things that they're involved with, that's a steady stream of revenue just because we know this just from IT that we do. Wouldn't you say that, Kage?
Sure.
Very lucrative business, and when someone wants to get something done, they pay the dollaruskis. That's how we're able to have so much free time with you and to spend some time with you and to engage with all of you is because of the luxuries of having the IT firm. So, and that's another Richard Pieces for you because it's good and I'm eating it. The firm's licensed and licensing management of solution software services that helps customers optimize their software investments. The company's services include managed IT services, virtualization, storage, networking, and data center services. So, guys, from an IT perspective, with all the things that they have going on here, one, the reoccurring revenue, I would say, would be their managed IT solutions. Depending on what contracts they have and things like that, reoccurring revenue coming in here. We'll dive into a little things on the website. If you haven't seen our video, which goes into more in depth, you can go back where we dive into the website where we tell you a little bit more and dive into it. You're on Stock Twits. What do you got from the real traders? What are they saying?
There's this one quote that I think is really relevant. This one is from Investor X33. He says, AVCT, this company is losing tons and tons of money. They claim to have been offered $9 per share in a buyout earlier this year.
So there you have it.
They didn't sell the company. Instead, they increased their share count, which caused some price dilution. That same $9 per share often equates to $3 per share now. This is pure speculative play as the company needs to raise cash. They cannot increase their share count anymore. As we've all seen with other companies, this can shoot higher, and of course, it could shoot much lower. I'm staying out of this one. There are other plays out there.
Yeah, and that's the thing, guys, is that there you have the take from the real trader there. That's why we cover all these things there. Yeah, you're going to come into January and February and March here, and there's going to be a lot other plays coming. Right now, companies are cooling it off because it's getting ready to be the New Year's parties and things like that. But we're talking about them so you can archive it and you have the information there. Going back to the 3 weeks news, it looks like if you didn't catch the last hit there, they entered into a securities purchase agreement on the sale of equity securities in an institutional investor. The initial proceeds from the current sale of $25 million and combined with the November equity raise may provide up to approximately $76 million of gross cash proceeds to the company in aggregate, and if all warrants issued pursuant to the transactions are fully exercised. They previously announced strategic focus on acquisitions and organic growth to cloud technologies businesses, which, if you guys are familiar with IT, and I know you guys are going from a trader standpoint, if they're growing their cloud technologies, guys, the cloud is the future for all businesses and things like that. All businesses, big businesses, are converting everything to the cloud. So with that, that's just going to be an expanded business, and to even sell anything as far as sales with the cloud, you have to be certified to do that. So my take on this would be is that yeah, you might see if they are increasing their business in cloud technologies. I'm just going to say, and if they're getting more into that, uh, this could be a sleeper, guys. So some are saying that they don't want to hold on, things like that. Going forward, depending on what happens next year, this could be a sleeper, a diamond in the rough. You never know there. So that's just my take on that. The company expects that the latest placement and expected proceeds for its proposed disposition of Computex and fully fund the company's current growth plan for 2022 completely eliminate its debt. So, like I said, they come into relationships with that expanding deal they have there. That it would eliminate the debt. So you can, if you're in the hole, you can get out of the hole pretty quick with some of these big projects that you get, depending on who's controlling the purse strings. Wouldn't you say there, Kage?
Yeah, but it's all a question of who holds the purse strings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing is that we'll see what happens. But yeah, he is correct. The trader is there correct. Is that I want to see a little more, less talk and more action. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the talkie out of the way. We just want to see what we got coming up in the future before he is right. There is other plays. So what else you got there?
This one says that DBR Island says bullish. AVCT, know the game to own the game. Watch and learn or join and earn. The choice is yours. DM me on Instagram. Bull Rider for deets.
Did you see Pumpers Liars says AVCT, these crackheads that refer traders to penny sellers. Mass skills are horrendous when we buy 10,000 to 15,000 shares at 218 to 221 and sell them at 245, 249. Rinse and repeat similar gaps 3 times a day. Come out in big dollars for all my account of the trades. That's the thing that people don't realize when they refer to people. They don't care about you. They have no respect for any of you. All of us are all plebes. Doesn't matter if you're trading and you're doing 15, 20,000, they consider you puke compared to their friends. I mean, I'm just stating the obvious. That's why they feel in circles. They do not feel any of us are worth it. So they don't care. They laugh and they laugh about people, normal average people, even average traders all the time. So just remember that you are on. That's why we all help each other out. We're the retail people. Would you say there, Kage?
Yeah. I'd say that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I never thought of this one, but it's hilarious. I actually got this one from Senor Cerveza. He has a good one right here. He said, all the bears are plagiarizing seeking alpha articles now. This is a good quote, and this is good to know for anybody that's out there. He's saying they're the CNN of stocks. That's freaking hilarious there, Kage, don't you think?
Yeah, ironic.
Yeah. So, and if you guys think that that's real news, then I got some oceanfront property to sell you in Arizona. If you want to buy it, just hit me up. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'd like an O-Bar GT and
yeah.
a blow shop, and so we keep on dreaming, huh?
Yeah, and the thing is too is that at least we know where Seeking Alpha is as far as I like that Senior Cerveza with the CNN of stocks. I like that because that's good to know for future reference. But we cover all the alphabets, even though they like to. There also is a lot of people sentiment in the group saying, "Pump up the jam, pump it up a little more, won't you do it?" They're saying that this has been pumped up and jam manipulated. So that's the take from the real traders there. So going forward with, we're gonna have to see. This is another one we're gonna have to see how it plays out. If you want to pump up the jam and play, that's your game. But we'll have to see how this plays out. So yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out with the cloud-based technology that they're doing and see if they're implementing that. If that gets going, then things that debt could be erased pretty fast as far as what they would be carrying. Any other contract deals and things like that, you're going to see news pop. So if you're going to buy, find your buy point of where you're getting in, and then if you've already bought previously at a good deal, you'd be stupid not to lock in your profits. I tell that to people I go and come in contact with all the time. Make sure you don't violate the Ricky Gutierrez rule that you are not locking in your profits. You need to lock in your profits and take. Don't let yourself poop out there because you're in this to make money, not freaking sit there and Okay, guys, the next stock we have is FCEL. Last tick was $6.24. Fuel Cell Incorporated. Kage, if you look at the graph, there's a dive bomb from the beginning of the Q card bounce. And then you round it back up to 625, so you're seeing a lot of movement because there's some news about this. Going into what would you say they do here? They develop environmentally responsible distributed busload power solutions through proprietary molten carbate fuel cell technology. It's a turnkey distributed power generation solutions and provides comprehensive services for life of the power plant. The firm's fuel cell solution is the alternative to traditional combustion-based power generation. We've covered this before, so if you haven't seen the website, you can go into more of what they do. They are located in Dansbury, Connecticut there, and they mix energy consisting of intermittent sources of energy such as solar, wind turbines. It provides the solutions for various applications for utility scale distributed generation, on-site power, and combined heat and power, distributed hydrogen, carbon capture, recapture, and hydrogen-based long duration storage. So with this Kage, we're going to have to see, and diving into this, where they're at, because I'm thinking that with this dive bomb cheap, like we've seen some of them, I'm thinking this could be a rebound on this one. Wouldn't you say?
I think you could swing it, yeah.
I'm just saying that there's going to be. I'm not saying today's the buy point day, but there's going to be a spot here when we could see a rebound here with some news popping of with all the things they're into, and as far as they're in the right direction of the regime, of where the regime wants to go, the Biden regime, if you want to say that. You know, some of the things where you say things and some people get so, oh, it's my politician, I love to carry the cooler for him. We don't do that here, okay? We call them the regime because when you act like one, that's what we call you, okay? And that's our free speech to say that. So, and that's what we're going to call them. So going into Stockwitz, where the real traders are at, Kage, what do you have to say?
There's some that say this one. Grinch Plays says bullish. FCEL. Oof, this is a delicious price for a quick sell at 10.
Yeah, that's not that far of a reach, because I'm thinking where the price point is right here. If you're a trader and you're looking, say, 3, 4, 5 months down the road, and you get some news pop with as far as funding from, because this is a green company, okay, and Q Card is going to direct funds to them. You're going to see more movements for the Dems to try to get things going on, just because they're not looking good to midterms. They're looking good at losing like 100 seats in the midterms if they don't get their shit together. And that's not me carrying the cooler for Democrats, because I don't carry the cooler for Democrats. I don't carry the cooler for Republicans. I'm just telling you the tea leaves in all the parties in Washington, and they've got to get some Dollarooski. And this company is one of those companies where you possibly could see more. They're trying to get these deals going with the funds. So this is interesting right here. The article I just found on Yahoo Finance. They put a plug out here on the 27th here. It says the global leader in fuel cell technology with the purpose of utilizing its proprietary state-of-the-art fuel platforms empowered by clean energy, remember that, today announced that POSCO Energy and its subsidiary Korea Fuel Cell collectively have entered into a settlement agreement with Fuel Cell Energy. So that's why you see a little movement and a little talkie-talkie going on, and so you see that little meter going off. Now imagine if something breakthrough huge happened going down the road, say March, February, when you start seeing new quarters, new dreams, new deals. You start seeing movement. So Fuel Cell confirms exclusively sell its different platform technology through Asia. All licenses previously granted to POSCO Energy and amended such that POSCO has the right to service an existing installed POSCO customer base, but enjoys no other rights to Fuel Cell Energy technology in South Korea or broader Asian markets. All claims between the parties are fully and finally settled, with the exception of 2 claims being settled negotiated by the parties that have no impact on market access. What do you have as far as with Stockwitz, where the real traders are at? What do they got on there for news-wise?
Imprisoned Mike says, FCEL, holding until this S double digits. Another one about Logan says, 4S bearish posts I see on this page, the more confident I am.
I think some of your bears are possibly green energy bashers, which I'll just say right now, I believe in the stuff, but I only believe it as far as it's down the road. I don't think you could slam it in. This is I'm being realistic about my takes here, and I'm not carrying the cooler for. Don't accuse me of carrying cooler for Dems or anything like that either. I'm just giving you because I'm a realist. I call it as I see it. What I'm saying is that down the road, I think they're moving too quick. I'm a believer in green energy. I think they're moving too quick and they're trying to slam it. Some of this technology and things has to be applied gradually over the years. To slam it, cut it down the throat, it's not going to work, and it's going to flame out. I mean, you're already seeing in gas prices. If you think close to you're paying $3 and change right now for gas, if you think that's going any cheaper from what QCard did from the pipeline and things like that, I've got another thing to tell you, because you're going to see gas prices go higher. You're going to see everything else. You've already seen some. This is just the appetizer of what is going to come. So the hell being unleashed, this is just the appetizer, and they're going to slam the green energy to you. So that's all I'm going to say. I don't think it's a good idea. I think you need to gradually do that, because you're going to see some of the problems, just like you saw in Texas with that freeze last year. Let's hope that we don't get high frigid temperatures coming in the next 3 months. If Bastardi's, let's hope he's wrong, because if he's not wrong, you're going to get a sick high utility bill in the mail for coming in February. I'll just say that the repeat of what was it, 2010 or 2012, when we had those the bad cold. I can't remember when it was, but like somewhere around that time period. And then you had all the utility offices getting hit up by people protesting, getting pissed off about the high utility bills. That is an appetizer to what's coming if we have cold weather. If we don't, well, if you're seeing lots of stuff, it's already too late for you to buy cheap natural gas stock. You know what I'm saying, Kage? What else you got here on the board? So that was my little rant about green energy. Not saying I don't believe in it. I'm just saying you got to do it gradually over time. You can't just go and slam it.
This one from Camfield7. FCEL, just to highlight the facts, one being that many people, bears, post inaccurate and false info, and two, people don't know or don't understand facts. One, someone claims the SP will drop to $4 this week, and in another post, that same person said earnings is Thursday. Both false and misleading. Two,
that's a good point.
How could anyone believe the stock should be read today? No way anyone could misunderstand a favorable resolution resulting in millions of dollars coming in to the company over the next week.
Yeah.
And through the next 6 months, Yapke had no COD updates from the company until December, when they started it will be in CO this month. That means any day between now and Friday, I pick Annie.
Mm-hmm. And the regime has the direction. The stock has the momentum of the regime with the green energy. Now, whether not next year, but the year after 2023, you might not see. They need to get stuff done in 2022. They really do, before the midterms. And so, don't put anything past them for anything like that. As far as green energy is where you want to stay, as far as investing currently, as far as with that is what I'm going to say. So, and that's me going off script and just telling you my opinion. I did see an interesting take here that says FCE in business for more than 50 years, hydrogen plants, multiple patents throughout the best of the most cost-effective carbon capture with Exxon, blue hydrogen, tri-generation hydrogen, electricity, heat, water product, water treatment plants, international growth and infrastructure bill supporting America with jobs created with helping energy. So he has that. So with that, yeah, I like the take and everything. The only part he lost me on was the part about the alphabet news. I'm just going to skip all that. Because he's repeating Dem talking points, and I don't repeat Dem and Republican talking points on the show. Not to say I'm against either party. I'm just saying I want to hear a clear picture without anytime someone says I heard it on Fox, I heard it on CNN, things like that, I'm going to look at it, read it, and then I'm going to gloss over another thing. That's all I'm saying. So, what else do you got besides cable news posting on the I mean, I don't like cable news posters. I'll read it,
It
but
looks like some guys were trying to spam, like, bearish, I think.
Yeah.
This Tiger Flying 81. I don't think I should read some of his. But this one, Jake Kimbosami says bullish. FCEL has been my cash cow. Many opportunities to make money.
Yeah. That's interesting there. You got your other bull here. Share price sentiment continues tanking. Message volume, yeah, he got a bunch of comments about that. That's just one of the Bears takes on. That's looks like Tiger Flying 81. Did you cover him too or no?
I mentioned him.
Yeah, I think that's what your other Dem talking point guy was doing. And I don't mean to say that. It's just when you post stuff about CNBC and NBC, MSNBC, you're going to get trolled on this board, and you're going to get hit up by me as well because there's a lot of famous people there that have cost a lot of people money. These are the same people that have said you were safe with 2008, and in the hearings in Congress in the early 2000s, they were saying all the banks were safe too. And what happened in 2008? Everybody lost their ass in plain English. So when you go and post stuff like that on there, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of bears get pissed, and you're gonna see me probably go off on that because yeah, I'm just going to. What else you got there? So guys, in closing on this one, I would say just watch where you're getting in as far as your buy point. Find that with news going forward on this stock, I do think you can ride the positive waves news. Like Kage said, you're going to see this thing come back and swing. You could swing this one. It's just we got to find out where you're going to find your entry point. But I don't think it's a bad buy. I think you got the momentum going forward to the next year. What with green energy, and in the future, it's just where we going here as far as and the connections here are kind of concerning too. We'll have to see how that plays out as far as what the bulls and the bears are saying on this. So it's interesting to see the traders because that's where you get the real teak from both sides. What do you got on your end there, Kage?
I think we did a good job of telling people how it is and what these people are saying.
So if you want to check it out, see what you think, and that's our analysis. If you want to go into more of what the company does, you can go on to one of our other videos where we did a FCEL, and we go more into the website. If we've covered some of these before, if they're trending, we're going to give the brief description. If it's something new that we're covering, then we're going to we'll go to the website. But for this one, we've already done it already, and we're not going to go there again, so you guys can check that out if you want to go back to the library. But I'm out on this stock, and I'm out on the show. What else you got?
Yeah, don't make it a dog show. Look for opportunities wherever they present themselves, but stay within your limits and know where you stop the buck.
And good night now!